So let's talk about the new Fortnite chapter. Basically, from what I can gather, Midas is coming back, supposedly. Um, and also, it's gonna be Greek themed. This has been confirmed by Fortnite themselves. And there have been leaks and videos to show what new weapons are gonna be in the game. There's gonna be wings that'll allow you to fly and like hone in and like spin and you'll be able. It's like you'll be able to fly and then like spin in the air and like just go down like a rocket launcher. There's the Hades weapon that can. It's basically the grapple hook, but a little bit more OP. There's the Zeus lightning bolt, which is basically just the Kamehameha thing. You know the no the thing in Dragon Ball, the collab. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, that collab where like you would be like Kamehameha or something, and then it would blast. Yeah, that it's basically that, but not as strong. We don't know if the bosses are still gonna be on the map because there are rumors that the society is still gonna be a part of the story. They're just not gonna be they're not gonna be as big of a role as they were previously. They're gonna they're gonna be they're gonna be put to the sideline, right? And right, and right. So does that mean that there's gonna be more bosses? Does that mean does that mean there's only going to be some of the bosses and some new bosses, or just new bosses, or just the old ones? Because I would really like to do a Zeus boss fight. Right? But yeah. And what I'm hoping is that they do this. First of all, a slight nerf to the auto shotgun, only a slight nerf. It should do 2 shots for headshots, not 1 shot, and then 3 shots for a body. What else? I think there should be mod benches more available, because the only real way to get a mod bench is by defeating a boss and getting the medallion. That's it. So I think there should be mod stations around the map. But then what happens is that if you want a specific type of mod, you have to defeat a boss. Right? So let's say they introduce new stuff, right? Like there's gonna be a new add-on where the first bullet of the gun you choose the mod does more damage. There's gonna be one that allows you to increase your speed while aiming, right? Things like that. Those are only available if you defeat the bosses. Mod benches are all over the map, but if you want those attachments, then you need to defeat the boss, go into the vault there, and then you need to use those ones because they're only available in the mod benches inside the vaults, right? A slight nerf to the shield, right? Because what I think they should do is that the shield should do more damage with the gun. With the gun, it should do a little bit more damage, right? Only a slight amount, but then the actual shield itself will be able to take less bullets before this happens. Basically, like after you get enough shots, your character does a falling animation. But yeah, shotguns should, right, and how it should work is this, like things like shotguns up front should do more damage. Right, but and then snipers should do a one-hit thing because they're far away and they have a high impact. SMGs and LMGs, all those is gonna be a little challenging, but yeah, right, that would be good, right, and it would make sense too. What else? For the drum shotgun, give it a buff. It should do like 80 damage for a headshot. And also reduce the time between when you have to shoot. Like when you shoot once, there's a delay before you shoot again. Reduce that time by a little bit. What else? Also buff the medallions, right? What they should do is this, right? They should give you 85 health and 70 shield. But then you can get a second medallion, right? So yeah, you can get a second medallion and you'll get healed up all the way to 100. Or no, all the way to 95 for health and shield. But the circle that shows where you are is gonna be small. Is gonna be smaller on the map, so it'll be easier to find you. Right, and you can only have 2 of them. That's it. Right. Right, but some medallions heal shield while others heal health. right? So there could be the Peter Griffin medallion that heals your health, but then another one could heal your shield only. The Peter Griffin one could only heal your health. So then that way, if you get a medallion, but then you kill somebody and they have a medallion, there's a chance that it will only heal your shield or health, right? So let's say you get a medallion that heals your shield, and then you find another one. Well, then that's just a slight shield upgrade, basically. So yeah, it would make people be like, oh, do I really want this? Right? Nerf snipes, sniper scopes, nerf snipers a little bit, because what ends up happening is that I kill somebody, like the beginning of the match, I kill somebody, but then somebody crouches, comes towards me, and just headshots me, and insta kill basically. So yeah, from close it should do like from close. It should only get 75 of your health. So let's say if you have 100 health, then whatever 100 minus 75 is, that's the amount of health you have. And this applies to the shield too, so if you get sniped, you lose 75% of your shield and health. As you know, increase that to 85, right? Right? That's right, but then for like a headshot, it would be 195. So for a body shot, it would be 187. So for a body shot, it would be 80% of your health, but then for a headshot, it would be 90, right? What else? Yeah, the grapple hook, give it a buff, right? Because first of all, you should be able to use it more. You know, like when you throw it and then you like go up and stuff. Yeah, you should be able to do that more, like one, maybe two more times. The cooldown should be 9 seconds instead of 10, just by 1 second. And I think it should do 15. Now that is what's gonna happen with the Hades things. I think they should do that, those buffs. But yeah, what else? Also more gas stations. I feel like this is under talked about, but I don't think there's enough gas stations. That doesn't mean like the entire map should be gas stations. No, just like there should be more, right? Right, but let's say there's a part of the map that's covered in mud, then obviously there wouldn't be a gas station there. But then in an area that's like a regular neighborhood, there would be a gas station there, right? Get rid of the anvil rocket launcher, right? Because first of all, it's just a bad guided missile. Because first of all, if somebody's on a train, it won't even hit them, right? It also warns them too, right? So, right? And also, whenever you open a legendary chest or any chest inside of a vault, you're gonna get an anvil rocket launcher, right? I just think that's stupid. So yeah, just bring back the guided missile, but like nerf it a little. That's it. What else? Also, upgrade stations. There were these but change them. So right, basically vending machines and upgrade stations. Basically, for the upgrade station, you just select a weapon you want to upgrade, and it upgrades the rarity. So if you have a green weapon but you want to upgrade it to a purple weapon, you can do that, right? But it wouldn't add any mods. So let's say you have a gray auto shotgun that has no scope, then you upgrade it to a purple one. It still has no scope, right? But they can take 3 forms of currency. They can take gold, so you can use gold to upgrade. They can take XP, because what I feel like is that if you don't have the battle pass, or if you do have the battle pass, but then you just don't, but then you claim all the rewards, there's no point of XP, because like you don't need it. So yeah, they should take XP too, right? So let's say you're level 200 in the battle pass and you claimed all the rewards. Then when you use it and you level down, then basically you wouldn't lose any of those rewards. You would still keep them all, right? And it can also use woods and bricks, right? And it would depend on each rarity you want to upgrade to, right? So if you have a purple shotgun and you want to upgrade to a yellow one, if you want to upgrade to a yellow one, it wouldn't cost that much because it's just an upgrade. But if you want to upgrade to a gray one to a yellow one, then it would cost more money, or more XP, or more gold, and more stuff like that. And vending machines can take XP, gold, and stuff like that too, right? But yeah, what else? Also, gas cans need to do less damage. There's basically this thing where people carry two gas cans. They hop into a solos match. They carry two gas cans, and then when they're being shot at by the shotgun, if they die and their enemy is close by and they keep on shooting, they'll hit the gas cans, the little gas things, and it'll explode, killing them. Right? I think that those should get a slight nerf, so they don't insta kill you, and you can only have two in your inventory maximum. Um, but yeah, but make the guided missile more. But if you want to bring back the guided missile with the anvil rocket launcher, let's say you just buff the anvil rocket launcher and change some things to make it better. Bring back the planes because it for a better use, right? Because the planes would allow for better traversal, right? But then also, if you want to kill somebody in a plane, you just need to use the guided missile and the rocket launcher, and it just locks on them. Boom, right? It would be a good system. But yeah, yeah, and also the storm just feels a little too fast for me, especially in Team Rumble. It's like as soon as you land and collect one weapon, that it's just the storm. You're in the storm. So yeah, in Team Rumble, yeah, and also with terrorists, nerf them slightly. They shouldn't do 7 damage per bullet. They should do like three damage per bullet, and they can only shoot 2 bullets every 3 seconds. That sounds good, right? That's just off the top of my head, right? But yeah, that's what I hope they'll do in the next chapter. But yeah, let's talk about what's new. So yeah, the Hades whip. This basically means that you can grab an enemy, bring them forward. You can use it for traversal, and you can like spin around and hit enemies. And I think it's gonna be a slight buff because if it's the same thing as the hook we had, then people wouldn't care. So yeah, they're gonna give it a slight buff. There's gonna be the Zeus thing where you can just go up and use the Kami Kami Ha, but it's Zeus's lightning bolts. There's the wings. You can fly with them. I don't know if it's infinite or like if there's a cooldown, and then you can like just use yourself as a rocket launcher to hit enemies. But one thing I do hope they bring is like a battering or something. Basically, this happened all the time. Like there's somebody moving around somewhere nearby, and I hear their footsteps, and I see it on the screen. But then it's super hard to find them, right? Because you're in a big building where they're hiding, so it's hard to find them, right? So yeah, bring like a battering or something else like that. And what it can do is that it can scan enemies nearby or scan enemies. Right, so like let's say if you're in a small house, right, and somebody's hiding and moving, you can just use that and see where they are. Or if somebody's hiding or camping in a bush, you can use that. Let's say you land at Ruined Reels and there's somebody moving around, it can do a quick thing and alert you where they are. And also it can go after them and explode. It does 30 damage per explosion, actually 25 damage per explosion. But what happens is that you can either just send the battering after them and it does like 5 damage, or you can make it and you can collect it after, or you can make it explode and lose it, right? Right? Yeah, bring back Riftigos, obviously, but like allow them to heal you, because I hate it when like I'm in a firefight right, because that would give you some health. Like let's say this, if you're in a firefight and you're just like trying to run away from somebody and you use a rift to go, then that means that they could easily follow you, right? So the rift is only available for like 5 seconds before it no, make it 8 seconds before it starts to disappear, and then it would take 3 seconds for it to fully disappear. So then that way, if you're playing squad, your teammates can still like go in there and like go after and like get out of there. But it could also mean that if the enemy players are fast enough, they'll miss you. But it also heals you. It gives you 20 shield and 15 HP when you use it, right? But what happens is that whoever the first person to use it, well, you can find out where they are. What'll happen is that in the sky, if there'll be no rifts. But then once you use a rift to go, a giant rift will open and it will stay there throughout the map. Meaning that if you do use it, people will be like, "Oh, there's a rift. There's a guy who used a rift," and they'll follow you where you go, right? So yeah, that would mean that, oh hey, it would be like if you're on a firefight, it's like nobody's used a rift yet, and I can either just get out of here and risk being tailed by him, or I could go free, and be followed and go into another firefight, right? But yeah, also allow I also hope they bring the ability to get them to save your medkits. So like let's say you use a medkit to heal you for 20 HP, then that means that the next time you use it, it will only heal you 80 HP. Right? And in the storm you actually have 120 health because you get an extra 20 health from the shield. So if you have 100 health on your shield and you're in the storm, then your health is depleted, then 25 of your shield is wasted before you die, right? Yeah. What else? Um, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that's all the things I want, and some of the things that they are rumored to bring. The things that are rumored to bring is practically confirmed. You're gonna get the ability to fly using wings, but this probably means that you're gonna get sniped easier, and you can like use yourself as a rocket and just hit people. There's the Hades thing. It's basically the grapple hook, but buffed. Right? I imagine you can use it better. It's better for traversal. It does more damage per attack, and it brings enemies closer instead of bringing you closer to them. There's the Zeus ability that will allow you to like go up in the air and throw lightning bolts and stuff, right? That's super sick. But yeah, um, I do hope that they're balanced though, because if they're a little OP, I wouldn't mind. Because let's say this, if you get those abilities from killing a boss, you can only use one of those abilities, maybe two if we're pushing it, but they have a cooldown, right? Right? But they're still a little OP, right? Because you had to sweat your butt off just to kill the enemy person. You had to sweat your butt off to kill the enemy, the boss to get their ability. So yeah, you deserve something that's a little OP. But yeah, news about the Flash finale. So the videos from Cinema plays edits, but I noticed there are a couple things out of place. Like sometimes the Flash's symbol would be wrong, so I had to switch the video like that. Sometimes the background wouldn't match up. Basically, when the reverse flash was like, "You're supposed to be dead," and Oliver Queen, aka the Spectre, aka Greener, was like, "Perks of being a Spectre," and then the reverse flash was like, "Not for long," and cracked his neck. Right? You can tell that in the background. That's different. They're not in a city. So yeah, I got rid of that scene and the Savitar thing. Barry goes and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you," and he's like, "If you had the strength to end my life, you would have done it. But you would have done it." But Barry Allen doesn't kill. He's the good guy, the boy Joe raised, the man Iris loves. I'm going to kill everyone you love, right? Basically, right? He's saying he just said all that, but it doesn't amount to anything. He just says, "I'm going to kill everyone you love." Like, what did that whole monologue have to do? Right, so I put, oh, the boy Joe raised the man Iron Slugs, you have everything and deserve none of it. But what I also noticed was that is that the Flash goes there and he's like, "I'm gonna kill you." And then when it cuts to the Flash, he's in a different background, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Also, when the reverse Flash was on the screen, the vibrating effect wasn't really there. And I also did put in vibrating effect using CapCut, so it looks a little better. Um, so yeah, just small things like that. I have linked what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna link the channel. So you click on the link and then you go to the channel like front where it has like the logo, the name, all the videos. And then I'm also gonna link his second channel, and then I'm gonna give you guys the link to each of his videos or each of their videos, right? Right. And also please do watch the content. It is really good, and they try really hard. So yeah, Yeah. Yeah. What else? So yeah, I have made significant process on it. Basically, what ended up happening was that in that scene where Zoom was like, "I'm gonna kill it." Oh no, heroes die. He just instantly teleported, and it was difficult for me to find a running animation for Zoom and the Flash that hadn't already been used. But I managed to find it, and I think it looks pretty good, and I got my motivation back. But yeah, and also good news. Um, Sorry about that low battery warning. I hate when Apple does that. Like, why don't you just put a little notification on top saying low battery instead of blocking the whole screen? Right? So yeah, what else? What else? Oh yeah, James Gunn, basically, he's the person who's directing the DCEU from now on. The DCEU has been known to be bad, but now James Gunn, the person who made Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and made a bunch of good films, is now directing the DCEU, and he said that he would love to have Grant Gustin in the DCEU. Grant Gustin was asked, "Oh, would you come back as the Flash if what was his name? Completely forgot." Yeah, he was asked, "Oh, hey, if James Gunn asked you to be the Flash again, would you come back?" And he was like, "Yeah, I would. I trust James Gunn." Right? And then James Gunn, responding to a tweet, said that he would love to have Grant Gustin's talents in the DCU, and he's an amazing actor, and he would love for Grant Gustin um to be in the DCU and have his own story. I don't think he's coming back as the Flash because that would just be messy. You have the Arrowverse Flash, and then somehow the DCEU Flash is the same person. It's just Grant Gustin again. What I think they should do is like mix both of them together. Like they could renew the Flash for like a couple more episodes and show that, oh hey, what ended up happening is that when Ezra Miller's Flash went back in time and he was messing with time, and then when the world started to collide, this was the world this world collaborated with the DC world, right? What ended up happening is that there's a random Earth, right? Right? And it has no superheroes, right? But then what ended up happening was that when Ezra's Flash was meshing with time and worlds were trying to collide, the Arrowverse multiverse is the multiverse. Basically, the what we can say is this, right? Oh hey, when Ezra Miller's Flash was messing with time, the Earth One, actually managed to collide with a random Earth. This Earth has no metahumans, none of that. Right, this world has no, let's just say this, right? Superman Legacy takes in Earth, blah 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 blah, 21819, let's just say, right? And there's a Batman there, right? And then James Gunn can put a couple superheroes there. They'll give the Flash a couple more episodes just to illustrate that, oh hey, what ended up happening was that when Ezra's Flash messed with time, Earth One managed to escape the Arrow multiverse and collided and like glitched together into this Earth, the Superman Legacy Earth, right? Right? And it collided, right? And what ended up happening was that their timelines were woven in fabric now. And since they collided, they became one Earth. And this now means that Grant Gustin's Flash, Cisco Ramon, everyone is on this Earth, right? Right? So yeah, right. Because Grant Gustin is such an amazing actor. He was made for the Flash. That's a part of the reason why I love the Flash TV show so much, and that's why that's why I continued to watch even after the show got bad, because Grant Gustin was there. He seriously elevated the show. His acting is super good. It is amazing. He's one of the main reasons I still continue to watch after season 5, because after season 5 the show fell off. And also Tom Cavanagh. I don't know if that's how you properly say his name. He's not gonna watch it, but just in case, sorry, dude. He was just such an amazing actor too, right? And I feel like the actor for Caitlin Snow was amazing with the material she was given. It felt like the writers on the show kind of disposed the character and were like more focused on Killer Frost and Keon, and they didn't like give her enough time to develop. But I think the actor that played Killer Frost, Keone, and Caitlyn did an amazing job with the material she was given. Especially, I forgot his name. Let's just call him Cisco Ramon. The actor for Cisco Ramon, he did such an amazing job. And what ended up happening was that you could tell that he was getting a little bit tired of it, which I don't blame him. If I was on a show for like 500 seasons, I would get pretty tired of it too and pretty moody. But I also do get it why in the show, because there's a lot of things that happen to him. So yeah, he was an amazing actor too. He still is, dude. My only problem is that he didn't show for the Flash finale, because that would have made it better. But yeah. So please follow with that plan. If it doesn't make sense, you can rework it, make it make more sense. But yeah, I'm just saying, it would be sick.